Good morning, my scrappy friends. I am hopping on for our weekly challenge hour live. If you are on with me, go ahead and say hello. Or if you're watching the replay, go ahead and say hello there as well. I'd love to hear from you. So, if you don't know what this is, every week we walk through our challenge that I post in my Ashley Scrappy VIPs. And I just kind of, try to help you out and show you how it's done. And all that. So every Wednesday I hop on here and do that. But like I said, if you're on, I would love to hear from you. So it's June and I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, holy cow, we're halfway through the year and I don't know what happened. I'm just like, wasn't it just March yesterday? I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that winter is, over for the most part and all that. But I am doing a thing in June called Join in June. And what that entails is if you join my team in June, and then you hit level 2 in 60 days, meaning you have orders from yourself or customers, or friends or family, whatever, that's $551, you level up to level 2. And if you do that in 60 days, you not only get a credit from Creative Memories for $100, you will get a $25 bonus credit from me. So it's a great time to join and I'm excited. And then it also helps me work toward Jamaica. So that's just my way of saying thank you. And I love my team and I am working on being a great leader and it's going to be fun. So I'm pretty stoked about it. And so if you have any questions, I do recommend you go watch the video I made. I did a live, oh goodness, it was a few weeks ago now, about what it's like to be an advisor, what that all entails, because it's actually way easier than you guys probably think. People hear that word business and they're like, oh, I can't do that. I don't want to pay quotas or minimums and pay out of pocket. And you don't, honestly. With CM, there's no quotas. So that's just one of the perks as to why I love it, outside of, the whole scrapbooking thing. So I will make sure that video is linked at the end of this and you can click on it. But I highly recommend you go check that out and then reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you. So, like I said, we're working on our challenge and we're doing this really pretty one. This one's popular right now. It's kind of trending in scrapbook world. Kristin Matei did this one and it is gorgeous. And it's so easy and I saw it and I'm like, we have to do this one. So I did watch, she has a really good video going over this as well. She just put out. So I did view that. I viewed parts of it just to get me through and know what I'm doing. And it really is so simple, you guys. It's amazing how simple it is. And I'll try to remember to link her video as well on my blog. That way you guys can watch that one as well. Because I like to give you all the resources you can. I just want you to get pages done, right? So that's my goal. And then if you don't know, in my Ashley Scrappy VIPs, I post this challenge. I post a new challenge every Friday morning at 10 a.m. And I choose a winner the following Friday. Sometime before the next challenge is posted. Sometimes it's after. I mean, I'll be honest, days get away from me or I'm gone or something. But every Friday morning at 10, a new one comes out. They're due the following Thursday at midnight. So that's how you get in the drawing. And yeah, it's just to keep you guys motivated and getting new inspirations constantly, right? And then it gives me a reason to do a live. So, and post to my YouTube and all that. So pretty excited about this one. Kristin did a great job on it, and I love this Legacy of Love collection. It is so gorgeous, and I think it's, it's for more than just heritage. Obviously, this is grandparenting out with a grandson and everyday memories. So if you want to check that out too, let me know, or go to my shop link in the YouTube description. All right, so I am actually using the Spring, I can never say the word, Soiree, there we go, collection, and you're gonna need one of your custom cutting circles. If you don't have that, you can use a circle cutter or some way to cut circles. So you're gonna want the medium one, meaning it's like the one that's halfway between small and large in the trios. That there's also jumbo, and that one's a whole separate thing, so take that out of the equation when I say medium. And then you're gonna need your green and blue blades. So I highly recommend this system. It's amazing. This mat is cool that you can cut on. I use it for measuring more than anything. I'm just always using this mat. So I highly recommend that system. So make sure you have those handy. Repositional tape runners, huge for this because we're going to be putting adhesive on very narrow areas, and this is perfect for that. So regular tape runner too, whatever you prefer, really. And then scissors, micro tip scissors. And yeah, we'll just go as we go, right? So that's how I roll. All right, so like I always say, we're just going to work down the instructions to do our page. We're not going to go overwhelmed by what we see. And I'm actually scrapbooking Easter from, not this year, but last year. I'm slowly catching up. My daughter, we always do an egg hunt for her in our yard, and so that's what she was doing here, petting her bunny as a bunny, you know, why not? So that's what I'm working on. And here are all the pretty papers I'm using today. So fun. I love this collection. I'm at the bottom of the bag on this one because I have blown through this paper because I've been doing so much Easter and spring. And it's perfect for spring or Easter. So I'm using that. I'm going to set that aside for a moment. And then I have some scraps here to cut my circles out of my rings because I like to use up scraps. So I literally have a pile of scraps. This is such a wonky scrap, but I'd cut a hexagon out of it before. All right, so the instructions are based on this layout here. So step one, use a sheet of collage collage. Oh my gosh, you guys. I had a migraine this morning. It's finally going away. And like, I have that post-drome going right now. So I apologize. I cannot read or think or whatever. So this will go great. Use a sheet of collage designer paper as a base for this layout. We are using this plain white. And actually, hot tip, it's the back of one of the covers. This is a heavier one. Back in the day, they had heavier covers for their paper packs. I just keep these because I like to cut, you know, sometimes I'll cut circles out of these and use them, and like, it's kind of fun. So I'm actually second guessing if I want to use this now. It's fine. I'll just use the back as a base page. So these are great for that. It saves you some cardstock, right? And these are totally photo safe. So it's great to use. They're a little thinner now, but I'll still use them. So we are using a white background, and we're going to cut a 12 by 3/4 inch strip with, theirs is a distressed stripe paper. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm on the struggle bus. And adhere to the top of the layout. All right, so we're getting our trimmer, and I decided I'm going to use for my strips, I have both of these, and I'm going to use this stripe paper for my top and bottom strips, and then this more subtle paper for like where these polka dots are. So we're going to start with this one. And we are cutting, I just want to make sure it's in a direction I want it to be in. It doesn't matter. Actually, I could just use the same sheet. I just realized it's the same one. All right, awesome. Saving paper left and right. All right, so 3/4 inch. Here's our 1 inch. Here is our 3/4. Just kind of got to scooch it a little bit. I like to shut my gate, and this one's a little harder because it's very narrow where it's up against. Oops. Kind of moved it too far there. It's like right on the line where the gate shuts. So there's one. All right, and this one's gonna go at the top, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go the next step and cut my bottom since I have it here. And so this one's at a 1/2 inch, so even smaller. Line it up best as you can. And I always cut pushing down toward where the paper is butting up against. That keeps it from moving so much. So that's helpful for me. I'm going to set this aside for now, and we're going to go ahead and just adhere these on here. I'm a very visual person, so I like to watch my page come together as we work. Let me slide this. I'm like right on the crack here, and I'm hoping you guys can still see. I'm watching my screen. My live is behind where I'm actually at, so I have to watch for a minute to make sure I don't slide off the side of the thing. All right. So we're just going to adhere this on here at the top. The widest one goes at the top, like so. I have a really hard time lining things up. You guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that. Math and lining things up are very difficult for me. I'm a writer. I like to write things. I like to form words in the, you know, puzzles. So fun. If you play Wordle, shout out. I love Wordle. I don't share my score or anything because sometimes it's embarrassing, but I love to do word games, so shout me out if you play Wordle. All right, so there's that. We adhered it. We cut our next strip. It does want you to put some sort of thing over the seam. A thing, you know, a thing. And I have Springtime Soiree layered border embellishments, which these are gorgeous. And they're also, oops, stickers here. And as you can see, I've been using these pretty hard. I'm not sure what I want to do yet with that. I It is Easter egg hunting. I always go back to the pictures. Like when I don't know what I want to do, I look at the pictures and I see what pops out, what inspires me the most. I really like these actually. I might do those. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these on here now, just because I like to see how we're coming together, right? Sometimes I'll go back and do it later, but today I feel like going as we go. All right, so which one? I kind of like this green and purple. It gives me an egg vibe, actually. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. These are so much better now, the way they send these. They used to like put glue dots or something that held these down and I'd rip them every time. Now they're like these little flaps that hold them in place. So, love these. These are really great. Oh, this one's cool too, actually. Maybe I'll pull both out and see what I like the best. The bushes are fun too, because it reminds me of hiding eggs in the bushes. Huh. We are gonna need 2 of these, so we'll see. You know what? Maybe I'll come back and do this. That's why I come back and do it. I like to see how it's all shaping up and then I'll add it. All right, sorry to waste that time. And then here to the bottom, we did that. Okay, so we're gonna cut a 12 by 1 1/4 inch strip of polka dot designer paper. They're talking about this strip right here that we're gonna put just above this one. So I am actually using the other side of this stripe paper, as I realized while cutting it. Perfect. Because it's a little more subtle. I needed something subtle where these boxes are gonna go. I didn't want too much crazy going on. Tools are trying to invade my space. There we go. All right, so what was that? 1 1/4. Numbers are hard, you guys. It's terrible. Oops. And then I like to shift it around a little bit. Okay. I like to hold on to my paper too when I'm cutting. As opposed to just letting go and cutting, just because it helps hold it in place. And then this one's going to get adhered onto our sheet or onto our base. I like to work on top of my stuff. It's weird. I don't like to. I just do it. And then we're also going to do another strip of this. I thought, where is it? Designer period here just above. So I guess we do it later. I'm going to cut it right now though, because you need another strip of this. And I don't see where it is in the, oh, it's down here, step 4. I just like to do it all, you guys, so I should rewrite these and put them in the order I do them, but maybe that's not helpful for you, so let me know. I'm gonna put the polka dots. Okay, cut a 12 by 1/2 strip of another piece of polka dots. And this, we're gonna hang on to this for after we do our boxes with the cool little designs in them. This is just gonna kind of bring that all together. Okay. So this piece we're going to set aside. That's why it's down there in the bottom, because you actually don't need it till later. I just like to cut what I need, you know, as I go. So, all right. So this one, this bigger one, we're going to put right above our stripes down here. Right on top there. Okay. And then now I could probably look at these borders as considering. Actually, the bushes might look really cute there. I actually kind of like that. Maybe do this one on top. They don't have to match. You do get 2 of each in this pack, which I love, because if you do have a 2-page spread or you want the same one on the top and the bottom, you can. I don't necessarily need to do that here, or feel like I need to do that here. I think I'm going to use these 2. I'm kind of sold on this now because of that background. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my borders on now. And this, you're going to just put over your seam. You can use a border sticker. You can punch a border. You can use a laser cut. Just any way to cover that. Or you don't have to cover it at all. It's totally up to you guys. Like, this is your page, your style. I don't care. This is just motivation. This is inspiration and ideas, right? So don't fret if it's not just like the thing or the, I keep using the word thing a lot. Thing and stuff, you know where I'm vibing at. So it doesn't have to look just like the example. It can be your own. That's the beauty of scrapbooking, you know, it's your own. And that's why it's an outlet, because it's kind of like my creative process, right? So, all right. So now we got our borders. It looks really pretty so far. Pretty excited about it. Okay, so we're on step 3 now. So now we're going to cut circles. And this is where you're all going to go like, okay. It's fine. Maybe I'm a little more panicked about it than you. that's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna pull out the scrap, oh no, sorry. Yes, I need my scrap pieces. Hold on, I need to put these away now. They're kind of in the way. Sometimes I clean up as I go, but not really that often. Sometimes I just keep working on top of the chaos and hope for the best. It's very symbolic of my life. You know, I just work through the chaos, work through the crazy, clean up later, whatever. All right, so now, where did I put them? They're buried deep within all the pile over here. There's just so many elements to this layout, so there's a lot of things happening. All right, so I have all my scraps here. And we are cutting rings, okay? Crystal makes it very clear in her video, and I need to reiterate this as well. When we cut rings, we need to work from the inside out. So what that means is if you have the custom cutting system, you have 3 blades for that, right? We're just using the blue and the green. We need to start with the one that works the furthest out. Because if we start with the one that works the furthest in, when we go to cut our ring further out, like the outside, it's gonna move and we won't be able to cut it. So what she said, and I really like this, you think about alphabetical order. Blue and green, B and G. B comes first, right? So whenever you're cutting rings, you're gonna work in that order. If you're throwing red in, red's the R, it's gonna be last. So then if you're doing a ring with these two, you're gonna do G first, then R. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. As I cut, it'll probably make more sense. I'll try to show you guys, but we are doing squares like on here, and each one of these takes 2 rings because you're cutting them in half and then layering them differently to form these cute little flower patterns, and they look like flowers to me. So I need 2 that are purple and then 3 that are going to be white. So out of those 2, I need 4 rings, right? So I'm going to create 4 rings out of the purple. This really pretty sparkly purple. Shimmer, I don't remember the name right now, I'm sorry. The shimmer purple, shimmer lilac, I don't remember what it's called. It's okay. And we are just going to take our blue blade. That's right? Yes, because this one's further, yeah, this one's further out. I was second guessing myself there after I just gave you that long explanation as to why. Okay, and we're cutting this little circle. It's okay if that one moves, but don't move anything else. You don't want to shift at all. Actually, I can leave these open because I'm going to be doing this repeatedly. And then you're going to take your green, and this one is further in. So as you can see, if we were cutting a ring out of this thing would move, right? So this is why we start outside, work our way in. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, try to cut it the other way, and then you'll see why, right? Okay. Oh no, I think I moved. Dang it. Sorry, guys. It's okay, I'm still going to use it. And then I didn't push hard enough on that last piece there because I watched it move and it freaked me out. Okay. It's okay, we have microtip scissors for that reason. I'm good at fixing mistakes as I go. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. It actually looks pretty even. I thought it shifted. All right, so there's one. Hopefully the next one goes better. All right, and I'm going to show you, you don't need these for this layout, but I had a lady in my group, one of my team members, share with me she's working on a second page to go along with this, and she did like a smaller version of these, and I think that's really cool. I have not done it, but it sounds really fun. So for this, you could cut more rings out of the center. So that's where you might take your red and cut out of there with your smaller one, which I have not tried it. So I might try it and show you guys, or I might just tell you because I have no idea and I have not tried it. So it's fine. We're good. Okay. So again, blue, we need 4. Sorry, it's kind of a slow process. I'm talking through it a lot. I'll just start cranking them out once we get going here. Okay, and you want to cut these kind of slow because they do move. They will shift on you. So there's another one. We need 4 total. Blue again. Start with blue every time. Just trying to preserve paper. Okay. Green without moving a thing. And again, your paper might shift a little bit because it'll wrinkle up, but it's fine. There's your 3rd. And then we're going to move down here. I don't want to cut on a crack. That would be bad. It might work, but I wouldn't risk it. Blue. Green. our 4 rings out of the purple. Okay, so now before I go into the white, I was just gonna try this with the smaller one, right? So you could cut more rings, and actually you already kind of have your outside ring. The trickiness, sorry if you're seeing my head, you gotta get your head down there and make sure it's lined up. And then, see, red's a closer one, right? I can't remember what color she told me. Sue, if you're on, tell me. She's probably their brands today. Let's see. So for this one, if you use red, you gotta hold it pretty tight so it doesn't move, but it is possible. You can make more rings. These ones are a little fatter, and that's okay. Or you can, you know, cut just a whole nother ring out of it. Let's play here. Sometimes I like to play. So you could do, let's see, remember to go in alphabetical order. Say we wanted to do a different size. So you could do your green, because further out, right? Yep. It's gonna be tricky. Let's see. You could just keep making rings forever. It's fun. Yes, that would give you a closer variation of that. So look at all these rings we have now. How cool is that? Oopsies, again, I let loose too quickly there. But that's what micro tips are for. They're great. Get yourself a pair of these. I know people are like, they're just scissors. These are more than just scissors. I'm just saying, we'll get into that another day. So yeah, if you want to do a smaller second page of this, you could cut more smaller rings and create more. Like, it's fun to gut circles because you can use them for other things or set them aside for another project, you know? So that's another option for this layout. You can make some smaller versions. How fun is that? All right, but we're back on task here. I'm gonna put my red blade away so I don't accidentally use it. Okay, so now we need our white, and you guys, I have so many scraps. So I have all these bizarre scraps I'm gonna use up. Just bear with me, it's fine. If you have a million scraps to use, you probably understand. Okay, so again, same process. We need 6 of these, however, to cover our other ones. Blue, I gotta push a little harder. This is cardstock versus that was paper. Another ring. Look at that. I like making rings. Sometimes it freaks me out. I'm like, oh, I can't do rings because I just don't do it for a while. And then I go to do it again. I'm like, oh, these are actually really fun. So just remember to work through the alphabet with your blades. B, G, and then R. Because you don't want to mess your ring up. It can be way harder to cut the other way. It doesn't hold as well. Okay. I keep letting go too quick. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Can I fit that there? If you want to try to save paper, my suggestion is set it in there, see, and then see if it's going to run off. It looks like, well, we work our way in, all right? Or out. Haha. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Alrighty. Blue. Yes, we wanted to work our way in more. Green. Perfect. I didn't think I was going to make it. I was a little scared. Alright. So there's 3. These actually go pretty quick once you get going. It's just learning it and being comfortable with it. Here's 4. Okay, you can do the same thing. This might be a goner scrap now. Let's see, I'm gonna use this weird one first because I just needs to get out of my pile. I could cut it, you know, but I'm just like, just in case I need a weird shape scrap sometime. You never know, right? I'm kind of a scrap hoarder. That and stickers on my word embellishments. I'm obsessed. I might not want to risk that close. Okay. So blue. Green. Sorry if you guys keep seeing the top of my head. I'm like watching it from before and you guys just keep seeing the top of my head. I apologize. So we have 5. We need 1 more. Really quick. I can get away with that. I like to bid this scrap adieu, but we'll see. Farewell. I feel like I've used it repeatedly. Alright. I did it again. It's fine. Okay, there's 6. Awesome. So now we have all of our rings. All of our circles. you can use for other projects or to create, you know, a second page. Feel free to do that. I'd love to see it if you do it. Make sure to post your finished projects or finished page in my Ashley's Scrappy VIPs under the featured section where the challenge is posted so you can win. Plus it just, you know, keeps you going. So, all right, we can put our circles away. We are still gonna need these. Look at that, I didn't even need a scrap. Perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, and this might not be per the instructions, not moving the pattern, switch to green. Cut each ring in half. So before I cut the rings in half, I'm gonna go ahead and do my squares first because I'm a very visual person, as I say, and I like to lay things out as I go, and I can't do that until my squares. There we go. Okay, so for our squares, I have a plethora, there's a word, of scraps here. If I can find them. Not all of them are scraps, some are full sheets. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. Sorry, I think they're getting buried over here. I already used that piece. Okay, I have some scraps. I might try to use, I don't know. It's so funny how things get so thrown around over here. Okay. And this one, and these ones. I think I was gonna mat with that. Okay. I might use the blue, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a random selection of squares. So this one, I really want to use these flowers. This is just under, you need your squares to be 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. This one is just under 2 1/8, but I might still try to use it, and then if I have to cut another one, I will. So this is one that's already pretty much cut. I have a lot going on over here, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside for now, because I don't know if I'm gonna actually use it or not. So I'm gonna cut, I don't really want to use this side because it's kind of louder. You want to use more of a tonal side, unless it's very, you know, if it's like this, I feel like I can get away with it. I wonder if I can cut out, I'm all about preserving paper. Okay, so that's 2 1/4. We don't want to line it up right on that line. We want to line it up a little before. So the second to bigger line, or third biggest line, yeah, it's actually there. So 2 1/8, that's what you want. Again, numbers, you know? Okay, and 2. I like that the numbers are down here too. Again, I'm so sorry, my head is in the shot. My camera's the other way today. I'm not used to it. There we go. So there's one. Oh, you know, it's pretty close. It's gonna be okay. And then what I like to do is just like rip it off and throw this part away, and then I'll keep that scrap for something else. And then we have, ooh, this is the same as this, so I might just try to use this. I'm trying to shift this down further so I don't keep getting my head in the shot on you guys. I'm so sorry about that. 2 1/8. And now we need a 2 1/8 square. So there's 3 squares. And I'm actually going to use this yellow, so I'm going to flip it over. Cut another 2 1/8. I mean, you could have cut it this way too, but just to keep in mind when I'm working on. This piece is kind of bent up. Probably just throw it away. I debated keeping it. Did you see that? I hesitated to throw it away. Let's see. So there we go. And then I'm going to use this purple, I believe. Yes. And this one's kind of directional. It's not that bad. So I want to keep in mind which way I'm going to put my square once I put it down. Cut it. Obviously, it doesn't matter. It's going to be the same with always. So 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. There we go. Perfect. All right. Look at that. We got our squares. So this is going to end up being our layout. However, right now I'm focusing on the rings and the squares. It's all about those at the moment. And this is going to look so cool when it's done, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay. So now I'm not going to arrange my squares quite yet because I don't really know what pattern I'm going to put them in until I cut these in half. So now we're going to cut our rings in half. And to do that, I'm going to fold one in half. One of the white ones here. Just want to be very careful because you're going to use it. And then I'm going to cut right where that fold was. So I might even keep it a little folded. And this can serve as a template. Now, my same gal had a really good idea as well to cut another one that's the other off color, because when you line, when you line this up on white, it's going to be kind of hard to see where to cut because it's white on white, right? So I recommend that as well. I would take your other color and also do a template out of that. Just going to kind of gently fold it. And cut that in half. Okay, so now I can go onto my white, my other white ones, and line these up, and these are all the same size, so it should work. And I'm gonna cut this in half. Oh, I'm so shaky, my goodness. Okay. And I'm gonna do all my whites using one of the purples, because it's so much easier to see with purple on white than white on white, and vice versa. It's gonna be white on purple. Trying to get as close as I can without being so shaky. Okay. This part's a little tedious, but it makes those really cool designs, and it actually isn't too bad once you get rolling. So. Boop. Perfect. My goodness. There we go. It's like my fingers won't work. Like I said, like I had a migraine earlier and like, I'm like post-Rome right now. It's hardcore. I don't know if it's like, we have major like wildfire smoke today, I feel. Like I stepped outside, I could smell it. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I don't know if that's why. It's super rainy here. Sometimes weather just messes with my head and I just get migraines all the time anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Anything will set them off, but it's better. I just have that super tired, can't think kind of head going on, which is perfect for something like this. So forgive me, I'm so shaky and like can't think. Hi Georgia, I'm glad you're on. Thanks for joining. We're working on this fun little challenge from my VIP group this week. It's going to be really pretty. It's very tedious, but really pretty when it's done. Thanks for watching. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we got all of our halves cut here. And now what I'm gonna do, I know the purples are gonna go like kind of on the lighter ones. And we're just gonna line these up kind of along the edge here. So what you're doing is kind of putting your circles together in the middle. Again, this is like not easy when you're shaky. All right, there we go. We'll adhere them down. I just want to give you guys the process here. And then you're going to kind of meet like that. Oh my goodness. It'll be better when I can glue them down. And it looks so cool. So it's easy as that. Like literally I looked at this and I'm like, how in the world? And then saw how it's done. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. So it's just very tedious, kind of repetitive, but once you get it on there, it's amazing. So I know my purples are gonna go, I haven't fully decided, honestly. I think I'm gonna put my purples on these two. I want like the darker on lighter, obviously, and the lighter on darker. I thought about doing yellow and purple, but I didn't want to give my husband, the Packer fan, I'm so anti-Packers, it's so funny. The benefit of having yellow and green, this is literally, I love football, like it's terrible. And I'm like, where's fall? So, sorry to all you summer lovers who are like, excuse me. So yeah, I think I like the white on, and the white stands out too, especially with the background I'm using. So, it's going to be so pretty. Yeah, I think white's fine on there. This is the one these two are the ones I was most worried about because they're kind of a louder pattern, but I also wanted more than just tonals. So I think that's fine. All right, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. Oh, I don't have my watch on. It's charging. So I can't tell you what time it is. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to make this quick because I don't like to keep you guys for too long. Okay. So now I just want to think how I want to arrange these, and obviously I need a white on the outside, white in the middle, and then purples in between. So I might do this, this in the middle, this louder one. It's okay if they move. I had to hear them down anyway. I just wanted to know what I wanted. There we go. Now there's a train wreck on there. All right, I think I can put my micro tips away. And I need my silicone mat, and these are great if you don't have one. No, you can use wax paper. I'm going to use my Repositional tape runner because these are very narrow pieces I'm adhering down. And plus, if I adhere it wrong, I can pull it back up and put it back down. The other tool I might recommend here, where is it? Uh-oh. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's in my handy dandy caddy over here. Which I love my caddy. I'm going to crush my piece, though. Is my multi-purpose tool. These are great for placing things, for moving things, for being tedious. So I'm going to leave that handy just in case. I'm not saying I'm going to need it, but you never know. All right, so clearing the board. Now I love Repositional because it's little dots and it will only stick to this, not this. And even if you do it, I'll show you on my next example here. And even if you use it on the gray mat, like you don't have a silicone mat, and you want to use it on here, you can. It's going to stick to that mat, but they rub right off, and I love that. Like, it's not going to stay sticky. It'll rub right off. So that's why I love Repositional. One, I can move it if I need to for things like this, and two, it'll only stick to this little tedious piece. So that's what the silicone mat's good for too. It'll only stick to the piece because it won't stick to silicone, obviously. So okay. I almost did that backwards. The struggle bus is real. All right. Yeah, this is gonna look so cool when it's done. It just takes a little bit to do. And it's not hard, it's just tedious, is all. Oopsies. There we go. So there's our first one already done. Okay, now we're just gonna keep repeating. So yes, that's literally all I'm gonna do. You're just meeting your circles in the middle, starting, you know, top and bottom or side and side. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, which way you start. You just want to make sure you go opposite and then opposite. I don't even know if that matters. I'm not really sure. That's just how I'm doing it, and that's how I watch Kristlyn do it in her video. Oops. See that one? It seems shorter. I must have miscut that one. It's probably one of my shaky pieces. It'll still look cool, don't worry. Okay. Do you like how I flip them over and it's like the same on both sides? It's just habit. So funny. I do that all the time. And people are like, why do you flip it over? It's like the same color on both sides. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's habit. That one kind of went awry there. See, with Repositional, I can pull it up quick, rearrange it. Yeah, it's okay. Might trim that. Oops, I moved my caddy on myself. Might just trim that up a little bit because that one was a little wonky. I'm not gonna lie, I cut that one crooked, I think, but that's okay. It'll still work. I am obviously not a picky person when it comes to lining things up. All right, it's okay if you are. I just am not. I get why you would be. You want it to look nice, but I don't know. I'm like, it's fine. I surrender a lot. Okay. We're almost halfway there. Like I said, it's not hard. It's just tedious. But it's so worth it in the end, and I love it. Beauty. Oh, and I did a little wonky too. That's okay. Sometimes I don't like it to look perfect because, you know, it just looks too perfect. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Yeah, so it's very abstract. Again, I apologize. My head keeps getting in the shot. It's a lot of like having to look down on this one, so my apologies if that bothers you. Hopefully it's not like so impeding. I can't see anything. Once in a while I'll glance up at I'm watching myself live, which is also very weird. And I'll go into, I'm like, oh, there's my head again. Oh, there's my head again. And it's like only the times I look. So I'm like, is it my head the whole time? But yeah, my video is also a little bit behind live. So if you guys comment, I might see it a little later. That's okay. I'll see it. But yeah, definitely comment any questions you have. Comment, like, you know, whatever. I'm kind of watching those. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. Any, like, about the tools or the technique, I can try to answer those for you or get back to you. Oopsies. Again, I'm trying to flip them upside down. I don't need to. They're the same color on both sides. Okay. All right. There's our squares. Yay. Okay. So we're done with that. Now it's going to fly, y'all. It's going to be great. Okay. So back to our base that we had started here. Shift my squares out. Okay. So now I'm going to adhere these like on top of this strip here. And I'm like, are these? Yeah, see, they're spaced out a little bit. So I know in Krislin's video, she had a ruler and everything out. I just eyeball things mostly. You can use a ruler. I don't remember how far apart they are. You just want them to be kind of evenly spaced, obviously. This one went wonky, and that's bothering me. Hold on. There we go. Repositional is great. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of lay them out and be like, okay, that looks good enough to me. And then I'll just use my regular tape runner for this now that we're done with the tedious stuff. I'm going to just adhere these down. Trying to keep them as even as possible from each other. Again, no, I'm not picky, obviously, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. Especially today of all days. Riding to my rainbows. Let's see. Alright. And once you have those down, you have your pretty little border. How cool. And again, not very hard to do. You could use this for other themes. All you do is cut rings and then cut them in half and layer them like that. So pretty easy. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, I could never do that. But it's not bad. So I'm going to move my caddy because I feel like it's in the way. It's like impeding my light. All right. So final wrap up. Not really. Just the final steps of this. We're going to take the strip we cut earlier and we are going to adhere that above our squares here. Oh, it looks like they left space underneath too. I did not. That's okay. I wasn't even really looking. I'm going to leave a little space above this. So yeah, you could move these up and leave white between. I didn't do that. I wasn't paying attention. It's okay. That's my motto in life. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. All right. So next for your pictures, I mean, it says you can mat them. They mat theirs. You know me and matting. I like how mats, like I get lazy and I'm like, I don't really want to mat, especially if it's on white. But we'll see what we're doing here. All right. Does it say what the photos are? Crop 2 photos, 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 5 1/4. It's right there. 3 3/4. Actually, first I gotta decide which one is my. This is gonna be my shorter one, I think. What's my shorter one? Is it this one? It's so funny because I had in mind what it was going to be and now I don't remember what it was. So the shorter one here in the middle is 3 by 3. So let's see how much I'd have to cut off. Ooh. I'm going to cut her rabbit ears off. And then I cut the bunny out. Okay, so that's not going to be my shorter one. I don't know what I was thinking. Hold on. And I probably don't have to actually cut one that small, but oh my goodness, you guys. It's hard to crop photos sometimes. I'm gonna do this one. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So this is 3 by 3. I'm cutting her feet off, but that's okay. We get the idea. That's fine. Okay. 3 by 3 on that one. And these are all these will be easier to crop. 5 1/4. If you're like me and can't commit to cropping your photos. By what was it? 3 3/4. So we're only cutting a 1/4 inch off this way too. And couldn't bear to cut the bunny out, so can go this way, I think. Okay, so our photos are cropped. Yay! Okay, do I want to mat? That is the question. I probably will. What time is it? Ooh, it is getting later, however. Didn't realize how late it was. I'm so sorry. Okay. I think I'm gonna mat with this light blue. I like it. The other side has this cute little square pattern, but with the squares right now going on, that might be a little much. So I am gonna cut 2 mats. I'm not gonna mat one in the middle. And the mats are 4 by 5 1/2. So what I'm gonna do is just cut 4 that way, 5 1/2 this way for one, and 5 1/2 this way for the other one. Easy as that. I know, I don't know why I resist matting so much, because it's actually not that hard. It's so funny. I'm just like, oh, I have to cut more things. I really do love scrapbooking. I really do. Okay. So I'm going to cut that one a little short. Interesting. Perfect. All right. And then I'm just going to adhere these onto their mats, obviously. Otherwise, what was that for? Something on my... Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do it this way because I like progression. This is like, she's looking for the egg. She's looking for the egg. Oh, she found them all. I'm a storyteller, okay? And then I'm going to kind of center these like so. I like to do the outsides first and then work my way in. Kind of eyeballing. All right. And then I will probably sign off, but next what I'm going to do is embellish and journal and all that fun stuff. And add a title with a sticker probably. So yeah, that's pretty much the premise. Sorry that took a little time because of these little guys. But I think it's worth it. I love this page. It's going to look really cool when it's done. I'm really glad I used the white as a background now because I think it would have been really loud. But yeah, I will go ahead and post when I'm done. I'll post my picture of my layout so you can see the finished product. I'm going to be embellishing with the Spring Soiree stickers. So much fun. I'll add some of those to it. Some kind of title, I don't know. Add some journaling, and then yeah, don't forget to post your finished page on my Ashley Scrappy VIPs again. So that way you can have a chance at the prize. Make sure it's in the comments of the challenge post. That post is in the featured section at the top. So just click featured, you'll find it. But yeah, you gotta do that by midnight on Thursday to get my drawing. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you like it. But yeah, I'd love to see what you guys do. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay dry if you're here in Michigan in the rain. But yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe to my YouTube. That way you keep getting these and know what's going on. So I appreciate ya. Love you all. Have a great day.